Mate, the Railway Stakes is an absolute cracker.
Yeah, I guess you could say that. Choo choo, all aboard. Railway Stakes, we've got the Ascot Carnival. Oh, gee whiz. It's been a big season for us drifters. Will we find the winner in the Railway Stakes? Well, we both like the same thing at a decent price.
Couldn't believe that that's the one you found. But, you know, sometimes it's good to kind of land on the same thing, you know?
Absolutely, particularly if it wins.
Yeah.
When it wins, sorry.
Yeah, because there'll be some green ticks on our Ned's profiles.
Absolutely. So we'll be sharing that bet on our Ned's profile. So keep an eye out. You can follow us in. And you can do everything else with the good people at Ned's on their app. Get a bit weird and exotic. Same race multis, all the good stuff.
But what are you really gambling with? For free and confidential support, visit gamblinghelponline.org.au.
I need to ask you a question. Be curious, drifters.
Mr. Brightside fends them off and wins again. Zardozi wins the Oaks for J-Mac. The photo finish. Mr. Brightside or Romantic Warrior. The mare's going. Great guns. Fangirl. Look at her go. Fangirl. Imperatrice has got her. And raced on by Imperatrice by a length. Overpass. More Baker's Delight in Perth. Radina just won it, I'd say. Tom Kedden won the spring champion in a cakewalk. Without a fight, won the Caulfield Cup.
Gee, Without a Fight's just about the only horse that can hold his head up high from that lot.
Yeah, look, I think it might be time for for a new intro.
I think we might open it up to horses outside of Group 1 winners.
Absolutely. Horses we give a big push. Personal podcast favourites. Yeah, absolutely. But I like I don't think we need to change the
Music.
the melody. The production is on point. It's just the horses. They're the ones letting us down,
We just need Matty Hill and Darren Flindell to give it some of their best.
And they're pretty good at it. They are absolutely pretty good at it.
Well, I feel like the guy from WA can call a good race as well.
Yeah, what's bro's name?
Don't know. With all due respect.
With all due respect.
Like, he's very good at what he does. Baker's Delight in Perth, that sort of stuff. Those sort of areas.
What's his name? You think you'd just be able to
Google it,
but...
let us know if you know who that is. Not that you're listening along live, but...
It's not Matt Hill.
Is it Darren? Darren Flindell? No.
No, it's not.
I reckon he'll be cheering for Democracy Manifest in the Railway Stakes. Why wouldn't he?
I thought there was an injury cloud over Democracy.
Oh, was there? What happened to him?
I just read a headline.
Too much Chinese?
I read a headline but didn't bother to click on the headline and read about it because I simply don't give a fuck.
MSG overload.
Yeah. I just don't give a fuck.
Yeah. I think it's a good card for Ascot.
Yeah, it's a good card.
WA Guinea. And when I say good card, I think there's 4 like black type listed races. We're probably going to talk about 2 of them. But, you know, still, I'm a observer from afar for Ascot. So, I mean, the Railway Stakes is naturally something that we can probably do half a decent job at because half of them are coming over from our side of the country.
Yes, they are.
I said on Sunday that I was going to be team locals. There was a horse in here which I wasn't expecting to be here. So I've gone team East Coast for the Railway Stakes.
Have you?
Yeah.
Well, I thought a lot of these horses you were expecting to be here.
I didn't think Sox Nation would be here.
Nah, nor did I, and that's the one I'm with.
Yeah. She's an enormous price.
Big price. Ran super in the Empire Rose.
What, 1.5 lengths behind a Tissue? I thought she would be right up to this. Barrier 17, I was really hoping for a good draw.
So was I. I like that she's third up. She had some residual winter fitness, stays at the mile. The way that she finished off at Flemington in the Empire Rose, I really liked. And this is one of those races where you forget that that it is a handicap for me. Like, every year it rolls around, I'm like, oh, that's right. Because you got Belle Claire, who's a 7-year-old mare, lugging the top weight. The reason why I'm with Sox Nation is because when light infantry man is $4.40 with the good people at Ned's, like, does he have J-Mac? Does he draw well? Was he super last start? Yeah, absolutely. Mm-hmm. You know, there's smarter shoppers than me who got the bloody, you know, Black Friday November sales for light infantry man at an enormous price for this race. And I'm like, you know what? If he was $20 to $30 here, absolutely I'd be betting.
Yeah.
If he was $10 here, I'd be betting.
Yeah.
But for me, $4.40, it just doesn't get me excited off the back of like his first win in Australia, where the lead up runs to that race were sound without blowing me away. It's like, what's to say that he's going to go over there and go to another level? He very well could. I just don't want to find out at that price.
You know what adds to that? The two main horses that he beat there into second and third at his last start. Sorry, I'm breaking up. In the Chester Manifold at Flemington. Globe and Ain't No Deal Done. Now, Ain't No Deal Done, big fan of his, but he is a listed to Group 3 kind of 1,800, 2,000 metre horse. And he has had 12 months off, and that was his second run back. Globe, very similar. He had an issue after being tipped out, and I think that was his second run back. So it's like this sort. He hasn't really, with all due respect, beaten anything.
True.
So,
and look, there was, I think, the deck suited light infantry man at Flemington. If you watch the replay, it took some riding from J-Mac. Like, he had to get into him. Will the Ascot course suit? Will the travel suit? There's a lot of question marks around him. I've got absolutely no doubt that he can win. Like, if I'm going to have a bet in a race like this, I'm going to hunt for some value.
Yeah. Now, I'm going to give you 4, i.e. a top 4, right? And you can basically box these up and it'll pay anything. Melbourne Cup sort of stuff. Sox Nation's the first one. The second one is Port Lockroy. Finished 6th in the Golden Eagle. Only beaten 2 lengths. That form is good enough here to feature. 53 kilos, barrier 9. Gets a good local jockey on as well.
I actually like that for a race like this.
Yeah, I think he's really well suited. I think he's been running absolutely out of his skin this prep. So I could see Port Lockroy at $14 in the finish. Any others that really take your interest?
From the locals, I like Super Smink. She's a consistent galloper. The other one I like, which is an emergency, so Dad gets a run, is at a big price, Younger Lass. I thought she was nice behind Mojo Rhythm last start. And again, she's one of those locals with a good strike rate, gets a good gate. Grant and Alana Williams, you can't doubt them. But no, it's just not overly interesting. Look, I will have a bet on Sox Nation. She's 16-1 at the moment with Neds. That's, what else do you want from us?
No. I think the best local winning chance for me, Super Smink was there. The other one was Bustler for me. Won the race last year. He's been third up 3 times in his career. He's won every single start. He didn't win the Lee Steer in the lead up. He got absolutely swamped by Casino 17, who came from nowhere. Won at Pikey's best. But yeah, Bustler, I think that was a nice tune-up run. Ready for this. I think he could potentially go back-to-back as well. And he's about $16 as well. So yeah, you box all them up, you're getting a result.
Juicy.
So yeah, that's the Railway Stakes.
At 7 o'clock Queensland time on Saturday, I'll be coming back from a bit of a journey out into the sea, deep sea fishing on Saturday.
Oh, is it raining? I don't know. It has not stopped raining since that storm after this podcast last Wednesday.
It's been frustrating. Look, we're going to be fishing off Rainbow Beach, so past Gympie, about nearly 3 hours north of Brisbane Drifters, if you don't know the Queensland geography that well. And looking at the weather, it doesn't look fantastic. It's better. It's more likely to not rain than it is, but there's a chance. Wind-wise, look, the knots are doing something.
Yeah, okay.
Last time we went out, it was It was a rocky boat, that's for sure.
Yeah. What are you getting? Some whiting, some trevally, some snapper. What are you?
Oh,
They're the only outside of flathead. I think that's my fish. Some brim. What else?
all the above, I'll say. Yeah. No, I'm really looking forward to it. Look, if the conditions do not suit, then guess where it doesn't rain?
The pub.
Yeah. It doesn't rain inside the pub.
Yeah. You'll meet some characters up there.
Oh, God, yeah. I'll be surrounded by some characters. BP, Big Red, Sneesby Racing,
Wee.
just to name a few.
Hello. That'll be fun.
So no doubting we'll be watching this race at some point.
7 p.m. What would I be doing? I know I might be at the gym just knocking out 5K. You don't believe me?
No, I believe you. That's why
Okay.
it's funny.
Nah, I'll be, I reckon, knee deep into a zinger box or something.
Oh, how good's that?
Yeah. All right. Let's go to the WA Guineas. Do you think anything is going to knock off this very smart colt September born?
Oh, I like the run of Storyville last start, the filly. Pike stays on. I thought that was a smart win, one of his finest. But no, you are right. September born looks to be a smart colt. And look, what do we always talk about? Colts versus fillies. It's Playing God, it's sire. Very interesting. He's like the number one sire in WA, Playing God. Like if you look at, like you said last week, they all race each other. So if you look at each of the fields and you look through the sires, like bro Playing God, like literally is Playing God over there. Like he's responsible for, half the progeny. But no, it looks to be a smarty.
I think, yeah, because isn't there an Alaskan god over there? So I think there's some very saintly type of horses over there.
Yeah, there really is. The horse from heaven, saintly.
Yeah. Well,
Very good horse.
surely they're related somehow.
Oh, God knows. Probably. Probably. But
Yeah.
we've learned the last few weeks that breeding really doesn't mean anything at all.
Yeah, well said.
It doesn't really mean anything at all. Like bloody Extreme Choice had a Melbourne Cup winner.
Yeah, that's true. I thought the son of Exceedance Exceed the Planet, to my eye in WA, this is the best maiden in WA.
To your eye.
To my eye. Yeah. Only been beaten a bees a couple of times this prep against the likes of September born. So I think he could potentially turn the tables.
I've just seen something, and it's going to completely change my bet in this race. Number 11, Skull, Bone and Pig gets J-Mac, sire, Grunt.
Skull, bone, and pig. Where'd that come from?
I don't know. $18 with the good people at Ned's. Still a maiden, but 2 starts for 2/3. Look, you'll have to be J-Mac's finest to navigate from gate 16, but I'll be cheering on that thing with Skull, Bone and Pig, J-Mac on, out of Grunt. What were they thinking?
Well, he's also a maiden, so I reckon whoever comes home first out of Exceed the Planet, Skull, Bone and Pig's the best maiden in WA, to my eye. Okay, that's WA done and dusted. Cranbourne, the Meteorite. What is this race doing here?
Yeah.
$1 million.
It's talking about irrelevant.
Slot holders were able to fill their slots rapidly on Monday.
Oh, God, yeah, they were.
So, it's not an Everest, but Arkansas Kid can potentially still win a slot race this spring.
Pounding of runs in benchmark 100-mile races every week fame finds his way into this race, a 1,200-metre race.
Did you see that? So we actually watched him. Cox Plate would have been night, I believe. Or we might have just missed it. But he ran that night where we were delayed on the tarmac. Mm-hmm. And then 2 days later, he won the Sale Cup.
Yeah. What the hell?
Yeah. But he also hadn't won in yonks.
A long
that.
time.
Anyway, I don't think he's winning this race. Barrack Hill's obviously the starting point, $2.70. I just get a bit... he's getting to a price where I'm like, I don't know.
I think he'll be incredibly hard to beat.
What about Nadal? He was unlucky. $5.50. I could get interested.
Yeah, I was on him last start. I know he was unlucky. You just got to beware the unlucky horse, I think, sometimes a little bit. I think he can win. Yeah, Nadal. I rate him as a horse. But to be honest, Barraquil just looks incredibly hard to beat for mine. And yeah, he's $2.70. He's short, but if I'm trying to get him beat, if it's with Nadal, it probably raises some questions. Ray Magnerio, $6, that raises some questions. If they're the ones you're taking to beat him.
Yep.
Sometimes, you just need to, you need to wash your cash. You give your cash to the bookie, and they give you that cash back plus some. You know what I mean? Just need to wash it.
I'm not going to bother. Do you reckon?
I don't give a shit.
All right.
I don't give a shit.
Fuck.
Can you put me online now, or is it too late?
Yeah.
Just some creative editing is going to happen, Drifters.
It's going to be near on impossible to get it.
That's right. Don't worry about it. Was it the memory card?
Yeah.
What's good, Drifters? If you're watching on YouTube, this will be the first time that you'll see my lovely face. Lucky you, I'd say.
If it even happens.
If it even happens.
Yeah. Cameras didn't work. So this would be another focus on me, which has happened already once again this season. But anyway, we're talking about the Cranbourne Cup now. Any firm opinion here? I thought Globe was good. I started behind at light infantry, man.
Yeah, he was. Pinstripe's been funny. Like he was so good first up, and then he had a small issue, and then he's been sort of there or thereabouts. Like this is his home track, Pinstripe. He's got to lug some weight, but he draws the right gate, so he's probably won. Finally got some cash from running by last start.
Yeah.
Because remember, I backed her. She was on my best of the day, Flemington, and was on a heavy 9, and she did not enjoy that at all. And then she was nominated for like 3 or 4 subsequent races and kept being scratched, and then finally raced. I think it was on Champions Day at Flemington, and she duly saluted. So she's probably the one that I'm leaning towards, but I would not be surprised to see Pinstripe bounce back. I'd be frustrated if Miley Ulysses won. Yeah, that's the way I'm seeing it.
There's a Kiwi here, which I've just seen, for Tiakau, $4.60. It's a wild night. Blake Sheehan-Barry 5. We'll have to do some more form on this horse, so beware. Buyer beware. But last 2 starts, won convincingly over the 1,300 metres. So yeah, Globe, it's a wild night running by. They're the 3 I'm kind of interested in. All right. I think that's all from Cranbourne, so let's head to Kembla.
Dragons territory.
The Gong. Race 6, 1,600 metres, Group 3. Believe it's a handicap. You're doubling down on Gringotts here. 60 kilos.
He's got to lug some weight from the wide gate. What race did you say it was?
Race 8 at Kembla Grange. I'll go with, I reckon there's a really good bet here. Probably my best of the day. Number 9, Lekvart. So she was only beaten 2.5 lengths in the Empire Rose, just not up to that class. But the key to this girl is good tracks. She, I believe, looking at the weather at Kembla, in the, where is it? Illawarra. Is that where it is?
It is.
Yeah.
Wollongong.
Right. I believe it should be a good track come Saturday. So 2 starts ago when she did find that, she knocked off Hinged, who is got the JMac polish and became a subsequent winner after that at Flemington. So I think she is a nice play here at $8.50.
Yeah. I think Stepati could run well here. I think he's the horse for me. He was scratched from the Cranbourne Cup for this race. He draws a nice gate. Pretty well weighted. And, he's been good at his last 2 starts. So I think Step Party's due for a win. My guy Gringotts, like I made my cash from him in the big dance. Just from that gate, Tommy Berry's got to be negative and carrying top weight. I'm not saying he can't win. It's just like, was this in the back of their mind when after he won the big dance? Probably not.
Who knows?
God knows.
Yeah. You could say that about all these though.
Yeah, true.
Like, I think I thought Stepati was a good winning chance as well because the last, 2 starts ago in the Damien Oliver, he did go forward from barrier 6, which kind of got him back into form. Mm-hmm. He did have to, he did go back a little bit, but from barrier 7, but he's drawn barrier 4 here. I reckon they'll go forward on him again.
This is only his second start of the mile, which is interesting. Like they clearly, so post him coming third in the Guineas, he goes again at 1,200 metres on Australia Day, runs third there. And then I think he was gelded post that 16-week break, 1,200 metres 6th, 1,400 metres 8th, Stradbroke handicap 13th of, over 1,400 metres again. Maybe he was gelded after that. And then resumes at 1,100 8th, 1,200 metres 6th, steps up to 14 third, and goes to 14 again third. Like bro's probably looking for this trip, and he's finally getting back to it. Yeah, it's a party for me.
Yeah. All right. What about the Warra 1,000 metre little dash, race 9, Group 3? I thought Fleetwood was an interesting runner for Godolphin. His form would suggest that he appreciates a bit of cut out of the ground, but I thought he had a couple of nice trials. So I'm kind of siding with him a little bit, but barrier 10 probably doesn't help. But
doesn't. The horse I like's gate 11 next to him, Headwall. 1,000 metre dash, like that's this horse's jam. Got a love-hate relationship. If it won for me that day at Flemington at like 15s, it would have been absolutely lovely. And then one on Cup Day without my cash on. So hopefully I can cash in with Headwall, $5.50 with Neds.
Yeah. Just going back to WA real quick. The Carbine Club of WA Stakes.
Going back to WA.
Well, your first emergency, Yonga Lass, is $3 favourite.
Oh.
Now she's barrier 4, pikey on, awfully hard to beat. I think there is a good bet here though. All the King's Men, barrier 3, last start, coming out of benchmark 78 sort of stuff, and that was his first up run in 87 weeks, but hit the line super. This step up to the 1,400 will suit him. Never been out of the Quinella. And he's $8.50.
Bang.
So, yeah. I think that's us.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Not much left to do, Drifters. We just need to push through this get over the finish line next couple of weeks.
Get over the top of them.
Yeah. 2 hands, Carleen. Push, 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 push. Yeah.
I'll show you a video after this, actually. It's very good. All right. If you're having a bet, do it responsibly. Do it with Neds. Hooroo.
Catches.